End of day 32, and today was a really hard day. It actually started for me at 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up in a cold sweat, having nightmares about today. My longest day, likely to be my hardest day, and even on the start line I was so nervous I kept rubbing my hands together because I just couldn't mentally face it. But I dedicated to my boys, who are great big brothers to their little sister and who are young carers. And I kept that in my mind all day, and that kept me going. And I got on the road and I pushed through. And we had some great support en route. Loads of families came out and supported us. But these guys are Jackie and Stevie, who followed us all day and kept stopping to give us melon and cool drinks, which was really, really amazing. Thanks so much. And the lady on the right of this photograph gave me some beautiful chocolate, which I'm eating right now, and a great card. And all day while we were running along and walking along, I kept finding these messages written on the road. Every mile there'd be one or two of these messages, which was amazing, all the way from start to finish. So cool. And I suspect that these two cheeky chaps may have had something to do with it. And these guys give me a really, really cool little frame to remember my time in Northumberland. We also remembered at this point that we had to get a team photo, which we did. And the team were really, really good. Who did we have? We had my cousin Danielle came all the way over from Liverpool to visit me, which was awesome. We had Tammy, who I don't think broke a sweat for the whole thing because she's like an awesome triathlete, ultra marathon runner. She carried my bucket the whole way. Thank you. We had the guys from 3RHA, Frege. We had Eric, Perry. Who else did we have? Ash. Also had Wolfie came along, my Remy pal. And Kev as well, who I saw back in Colchester and came to join us for another leg. It was really cool. There might have been a couple of others as well. I might have forgotten. Apologies if I didn't mention you, but they did a really good job of keeping my spirits up and just talking to me and at me the whole time while I was growling and cursing at the road. Unsurprisingly though, on such a long day, at some point it all just became a bit too much. And we had a stop at the side of the road because some people had come to see me there, but I just had to sit down and have a lie down and have a wee sleep and just try and recover and get my mind into the right place. And when I was sat there, after I made a video, I read a quote, and I can't even remember how I found it, but it was a quote from Muhammad Ali, and he said, "It's not the mountains before us that we have to climb that tire us out, it's the pebble in your shoe." And I thought that was really, really, really an amazing thing to say, because it's not that your body can't do it sometimes, it's just that you have something in your mind that is preventing you from doing it. So at that point I was able to get up and dust myself off, and the team gave me some encouragement, said, "Come on, let's get moving." And we got back on the road, even though we had done over 20 miles and we still had 7 or 8 to go. We managed just to switch on and get into the right frame of mind. And amazingly, we also met Obama the Llama's cousins, and we had a family reunion. Wolfie's kids made an awesome banner, and although I was tired, this sign did make me feel a bit better. Double figures to Edinburgh. Our arrival into Otterburn at I think 5:45 was really good. So many people, such a warm welcome.
Otterburn, thank God! What time is it? What time is it? It's 5:45. Oh, that's been the longest day yet, that's it. Thank you. Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Proud of you, Chris.
Thank you. Watch how carefully I step onto the gravel path here.
No problem, thank you so much. Oh.
Stevie and Jacqueline again here with their melon and water for us.
Help yourself. Help yourself. Thank you. Make it through. Go on, help yourself.
Free gift from my family. It's all right. You're a beautiful family.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that's the place you have there.
You look.
Thanks for coming with me. It's been amazing. First time I've ever been happy to be an auditor. These guys have pulled me through. This is my cousin Danielle, just come all the way from Newcastle, which is cool. Liverpool, why don't I say Newcastle? Test it out, what is that?
The reception we had in Otterburn was really, really amazing. Loads and loads of people came out, and you would have gotten the idea of how many people there were from those videos. But all the way through the village, there was just tons of people, and they were incredibly kind and really welcoming, which was cool. Lots of people give me little mementos today. I got this medal today, the whole armor of God, from someone on the start line whose name I forget. I'm really sorry. But he was with me for the first half of the journey, and I'm going to keep it in my pocket for the rest of the journey. The lady in the Belsay shop gave me this lovely card and some lovely chocolate, which I've been eating this evening, I confess. And some kids that we met on the route said, "This is Pumpkin. He's a little horsey for Hasty." And it says, "This is Pumpkin for Hasty from William, Angus and Isabel in Northumberland," which is really cool. Thank you so much for that. Hasty will love that. I'll take it home. And also my cousin came all the way from Liverpool to be with us for, I think the last half of the day was cool. She probably would have been there sooner, but she got a bit lost. And she brought me something from my Nana's house, which is a thing that used to hang on my Nana's wall, which has a funny story attached to it. But I'm going to carry that in my backpack now for the rest of my journey, because a little bit of my Nana, who's no longer with us, that I can have in my back pocket, which would be really cool. So, the longest day, probably the hardest day, one of the hardest days so far. But I'm still alive and I'm still here, and we've got 3 days to go on my 700-mile, 35-day barefoot march across Britain for Hope for Hasty. So we can change her life, and we are this close to reaching £500,000 raised. And this year we will spend more money on research for CDLS than has been spent in over a decade. That is good news for everybody who has CDLS, including my little girl. So watch this space. Tomorrow, Jedburgh, which is a big one. I think it's 26, 27 miles. Lauder the next day. And then the homeward stretch to Edinburgh on Wednesday. Can't wait. And I'm looking forward to getting there with you guys. You guys are keeping me on the road every day. Thank you to everybody who stopped, clapped, shared, donated, listened to me on the radio or anything else. You've been fabulous. We're going to change the world for kids with rare diseases, one step at a time.